Okay, so after 2 pre-nights in Paris, we've actually boarded our ship, the Viking Rinde, here in Le Pec. Le Pec is a suburb of France, probably about 45 minutes outside of Paris. Took us probably, we got up very early this morning because of the Paris railway strike, and the trains are only, certain trains are only running during certain hours, and so the train that we took, the RER-A from Châtelet-Les-Halles to Le Pec, was only running between 6:30 and 9:30 this morning, so we actually got on the first train about 6:55, and we were here in Le Pec straight away. It probably only takes about half an hour by train, just a little over half an hour. And yeah, Le Pec is a neat little city. Today is actually the 24th of December, Tuesday the 24th of December 2019, which means it's Christmas Eve. And it's a beautiful day here in Paris, with the birds on the water and the sun coming up and reflecting off the river. So we're gonna, now that we're checked in and unpacked and all that good stuff, we're gonna grab the Viking shuttle to Paris City Center, hopefully do some Christmas markets, because that's the one thing we haven't done as of yet. And be back here for our mandatory lifeboat drill tonight at 5:45. We'll probably, we may or may not dust off our program director's welcome speech. I know we make it a habit of doing that, but I'll tell you what, she's hilarious. She is our kind of program director. She may rival Daniel for our best program director yet. I'm sure I'm still gonna love Daniel the most, because he was just Daniel from the Viking tour last year, from the Danube Belt, Thanksgiving time 2018. He was my kind of guy. He gave it to you straight up. You know, this is what we're doing, this is where I want you, this is what's going on. And he was super polite, but you had solid information in a very short amount of time, and that's my kind of guy. But our program director is hilarious. I'm sure we'll be talking about her some more. So that's a very long-winded spiel for telling you about embarkation day on the Viking Rinde, looking off our balcony from our Explorer Suite 340, which we love. We're going to be here in Le Pec for a day or two yet, so we'll be spending Christmas Day in Paris and Le Pec. So the next couple days worth of videos will be a continuation of Paris, but that's okay. And then we set sail, I think, on Thursday of this week. So with that, we will probably catch you from Paris City Center and hopefully the Christmas markets. Okay, so we are in downtown Paris, and there's actually a statue of Winston Churchill over there on the corner, and this is actually at the Bridge of Alexander III, which you can tell by the 4 beautiful golden statues overlooking the bridge. And I believe the Parliament building, as you can see the dome, it's kind of straight across there in the background behind the bridge's statues there. So I asked one of our tour guides about the Christmas markets, and she said they are down that way, which I might even be able to see them right now. So that's where we're headed. So we will be back shortly from the Christmas markets. Okay guys, so we are here in Monument Park. We're gonna hustle up because it's green, green, green. Hopefully that didn't look too bad with the hyper smooth stabilization. But we're about to do the Christmas market in Monument Park. And you can see the Budapest Eye there in the background. And yeah, the Budapest Eye, sure. That's the Budapest Eye there in the background. Actually, it's the Paris Eye. But yeah, it's a beautiful day here in Paris on Christmas Eve. It's about 60 degrees, just a little over 60 degrees, 16 degrees C. 15 C is a standard ISO day, which is 59 degrees. So probably between 60 and 61 degrees on the Fahrenheit scale. Sun is out, and we're gonna hit the Christmas markets. So we'll be back with you in a second. All right, guys, so we made it across all the streets successfully, and we're here in Monument Park. And that's the entrance to the Louvre way down there in the distance. And of course, the Eiffel Tower in the distance the other direction. And we are on our way over here to all these white stalls, which are the Christmas markets. But it's been, we were talking about this earlier, and I don't know that I'm going to do this justice, but I always saw, when I was a kid, I always saw like something like coming to Paris on Christmas Eve for a Christmas river cruise as something that was just wholly unattainable and just like, you know, just like the wild dreams of the most deranged. And you know, I never thought it would be within my abilities to do it, and yet here we are. So so it's been kind of a surreal day for me. I suppose surreal but nice, tipping the hat to Notting Hill, but surreal nonetheless. So so we're gonna go do the Christmas markets. I'll bring you some highlights from there, but it's been a great day and a happy Christmas Eve, and happy Christmas to all you back home. Yeah, guys, so we are passing through the Christmas markets here in Paris, and these are very elaborate Christmas markets. In fact, they have basically a whole carnival set up here, and they got different rides and attractions, and of course the Christmas market stalls. So it's been a good time. It's as always seems to be the case, we're always short on time. We just got snowed on here, but it's a good day. So we're gonna keep doing the Christmas markets, and we'll check back with you. Okay, so we decided to strike while the iron is hot here and ride the Paris Eye today, because you never know what tomorrow brings. And tomorrow could be bad weather or whatever, and it was here now, and there was no line, and so we figured we'd ride it now. So and it's basically, we've observed, it's basically once around, so you get one slow turn every time they come to a set of cars with people. They basically unload them. And we were discussing that while we were in line too. We've noticed that they do not load Ferris wheels to maximum capacity these days, and we were wondering about that. So if anybody knows the answer to that, why they no longer load Ferris wheels to capacity, leave a comment in the comments below. I'd be really curious to know if there was some like horrible incident or something somewhere that happened, that the thing got out of balance or whatever, and that led to them not loading Ferris wheels to capacity anymore, because basically they now only load them to about a third to half capacity. But we are on our way up here in the Eye, and there's the Eiffel Tower in the background. We did that the other day. And we are now headed on up in the Eye, and this is very cool. I am so glad we did this today, because it's a beautifully clear day. Off in the background there is, of course, the Louvre, which we did the other day. And over here is the other side of Paris, as you can see. There's Castle on the Hill out there, which is very cool. I think we're going to stop at the top here in a minute, which should give us a wonderful view. And unfortunately for us, the wind is kind of howling today as well. Well, I guess we're not going to stop at the top. That's unfortunate. Our ride is going to be much abbreviated. But there's the Eiffel Tower, and there's the I guess you'd call it the Paris Business District over there, and then the other side of the city over here, and the Arc de Triomphe. You can't see it, but it's off in the distance there, behind that large building in the distance there. So that is the view of the city of Paris from the Paris Eye. I guess we are going to get another go around. Hey, that's cool. I guess we should probably take a selfie for posterity. Can we take a selfie? Selfie. I don't know. Do videographer selfies count? Possibly. Yeah, guys, and just a few observations here. There are some things in Paris that are a good deal and other things that are not such a good deal. Like €15 admission for the Louvre to see the Mona Lisa and the Venus de Milo. That was a good deal. €1 for the head. It's not such a good deal. €9 for fried potato chips. Not such a good deal. So you take the good with the bad, I guess. 15 for the Louvre. That was a good deal. Yeah, guys, so we just bought Père Noël, a chocolate Père Noël. Father Christmas for those of you not in the know. And apparently this is this doesn't look like Father Christmas over here. I don't know that Father Christmas wears glasses, but he might wear glasses, but not with black frames. But anyhow, we just bought Père Noël. He was a homemade chocolate Père Noël for $3 or for €3. He was a pretty good deal. He came with a certificate of authenticity and everything that said he was homemade. Yeah, sorry guys, we may have to cut that out, but a couple of Santa's elves just stopped us from going through because they were taking pictures there. So it was one of the most unique and genuine elf experiences that I've ever had. Let's just leave it at that. Anyhow, so we got Père Noël with a certificate of authenticity, and so we've had a very successful time here at the Christmas market. So we're, as always seems to happen when we're on these trips, we're running short on time already. So we're gonna cut here and we'll come back to wherever we come back to and say so long for the day, probably. Yeah, guys, and on the entrance here to the Alexander Bridge, they have a monument to Simon Bolivar, and flowers too. So pretty cool. Yeah, guys, also here in front of the Alexander Bridge, they have a monument to Winston Churchill, one of the great leaders from World War II. So that's, and it actually happens to be our rendezvous point for our Viking shuttle to get back to the ship here. So figured we'd take a picture here and show you this while we were here. So that's going to do it for our first day from the Viking Rinde, not our first day from Paris. The problem you have when you're vlogging from Paris is that you're never really quite sure what to vlog on, because there's so many sights and sounds that you're just never quite sure exactly what you want to capture in your shot. But in any event, we're going to be here tomorrow, so we'll bring you more sights and sounds from downtown Paris. But for now, we'll see you real soon.